It was the late 1970s in Southern California, a place often painted in golden sunlight, with palm trees swaying against the backdrop of mountains and beaches. But beneath this image of paradise was a darkness that few could have imagined. On the surface, the era was marked by disco, Hollywood dreams, and suburban expansion. Yet, for many young women, it was also a time of vulnerability, as predators stalked highways, parking lots, and quiet neighborhoods. On June 24, 1979, two men set out on a twisted mission. They weren't satisfied with ordinary crime. They craved domination, suffering, and the power of extinguishing innocent lives. They would become known as the Toolbox Killers, a name that still sends shivers down the spine of anyone familiar with their story. This documentary explores the horrifying crimes of Lawrence Bittaker and Roy Norris, two men whose partnership created one of the most sadistic killing sprees in American history. What makes their crime stand out is not just the brutality, but the methodical way they planned, executed, and recorded their atrocities. They did not simply kill, they engineered pain, carrying with them a collection of tools that turned ordinary objects into weapons of torture. The men behind the murders. Lawrence Sigmund Bittaker, born in Pittsburgh in 1940, had a life marked by instability. His parents had not wanted him. He was adopted, but the bond never truly formed. By his teenage years, he was already stealing cars and shoplifting. What set him apart wasn't just his criminal record, but his cold, emotionless personality. He showed no remorse, no guilt, just an endless desire for control. Roy Lewis Norris, born in 1948 in Colorado, had an equally troubled past. He grew up in a home plagued by abuse and neglect. From a young age, Norris developed violent sexual tendencies, escalating from inappropriate advances to attempted rape. By adulthood, he had already served time in prison for assaulting women. When Bittaker and Norris met in prison in 1978, it was as though two dark forces collided. They bonded over conversations not just about crime, but about their twisted fantasies. They spoke of women not as people, but as prey.